Welcome to the fourth step in our budgeting workshop. And if you've missed the other steps, I'd encourage you to go and start with them. But in this video, I'm going to talk about step 4, save for a rainy day. You know, there's going to be moments in life when you want to make a big purchase. This was first introduced to me when I was a little kid, and I wanted, of all things that you could want in life, I wanted a Hulk Hogan workout set. Now, if you remember Hulk Hogan, at that time, WWF wrestler, now it's I think WWE, he was a wrestler, right? He was a hero for little kids. I was a little kid, and I wanted to be like Hulk Hogan, and so there's this workout set that came with a poster and little Hulkamania dumbbells and I think a Hulk Hogan shirt or something. I don't know. And I don't know how much the whole thing cost, maybe $15, but my mom said, if you want that, you got to save. You got to save and save. And that's what I did for like a period of months. I saved my money and I bought a Hulk Hogan workout set. And it was such a important moment for me financially that I still have a piece of that workout set because it's a reminder that if you are going to make a big expense in life, and for me at that age, $15 was a big expense. If you're going to make if you're going to have a big expense in life, if you're going to make a big purchase in life, you have to save for it. You have to save for that future time. You have to save for that rainy day. And so to help you do that, here's a few things I want to encourage you to do. Identify upcoming big expenses. You know, some people act like the car they drive is never going to wear out. Like they've got a car that's got 300,000 miles on it. It's 20 years old, but they're not putting away any money for the next car. They're sort of just living like this car is going to last me forever. And that's just not really wise. Eventually, and I can tell you from personal experience, your car is going to break down. And unless you're ready to take the bus or ride a bike for the rest of your life, you need to start saving for the next vehicle. Or maybe you have kids and your kids want to go to college and you want them to go to college, but how are they going to pay for college? Well, you want to help out. You're a parent, right? You love them. Well, where's that money going to come from? Are you just going to take out loans left and right and put yourself into huge debt for your kids? It's probably not a wise thing to do. Or maybe your parents can't help you out and you want to go to college. Well, how are you going to pay for college? You're going to have to save up a lot of money over probably some years. And so begin identifying those expenses now. Retirement, that's a huge expense we're all going to have to face one day. How are you going to pay for when you retire? You need to save for that rainy day ahead. And so some people sort of ignore these big ticket items. I think, oh, they're so expensive. Well, I don't want you to do that. I want you to begin by identifying those big expenses that are coming up in your life. And then there's something else for you to do. Make space in your budget for these items. I've got space in my budget for everything I mentioned above, right? I have money to replace our cars. I've got money for my kids' college. I've got money for retirement. I've got money for home repairs or for the next house. So put these into your budget. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about how to make a budget and what that's going to look like. But as you think about that, make sure that you put into your budget things like replacing your vehicle, your mode of transportation, just stuff that's going to wear out, replacing furniture in your house. Like eventually your couch is going to break. Your TV might break. Right now I have a broken television and I didn't set aside money for my next TV, so I can't buy it right now. That's not an emergency. So, be thoughtful about this and set aside money in your budget for these big ticket items and then fund them every month. Fund the car replacement, fund the kids' college education. In fact, there's a Bible verse that you can look to for inspiration in this point. Proverbs 13:11, dishonest money dwindles away, but he who gathers money little by little makes it grow. That's the principle. There's no quick answers in life when it comes to money. There's no get rich quick schemes that work. Sure, you might have a relative in Ireland who's really wealthy who dies and you're their heir, but that's probably not going to happen. So little by little, you need to make your money grow for these big ticket expenses. And that leads us to our last point. Don't let big expenses surprise you. Not too long ago, I was talking with my friend about my budget, and I was talking about how I set aside money for a car replacement. He's like, you set aside money every month for a car that you're not going to buy for 5 years? I'm like, of course. I mean, if I'm going to spend $10 or $15 or $20,000 on a car, I need to make sure that I've got that cash. I don't just have that kind of cash just normally lying around in the cushions of my couch. And so we need to identify these, and we need to make sure that these big expenses aren't going to surprise us. Recently, I told my wife that it's going to cost us $400,000 in today's money to send our 4 kids to the state university that's like an hour from our home. $400,000. That's a huge amount of money. And she was like, whoa, that's a huge amount of money. And we both were like, you know what we need to do? We need to start putting away money little by little and watch our money grow. And so do that. Don't Don't pretend these big expenses aren't coming. Guess what? You can start saving money, saving up, and then one day you're going to look at your account and you're going to have $10,000 for a car, to replace your car. You're going to have a nice nest egg for college tuition. And you can do that when you save for a rainy day.